feeling every muscle, revelling in the day to come. I always start my morning the same way. Maybe it's something about living alone. You're able to get set in your ways. There's no outside disruptions, no flatmates to hoover up the last of the milk, no cat coughing up a hairball on the rug. You know that what you left in the cupboard the night before will be in the cupboard when you wake up. You're in control. Or maybe it's something about working from home, outside of a 9-to-5 job. It's very easy for the days to get shapeless, meld together. You can find you're still in your dressing gown at 5 p.m, and the only person you've seen all day is the milkman. There are days when I don't hear a single human voice, apart from the radio. And you know what? I quite like that. It's a good existence for a writer, in many ways. Alone with the voices in your head, the characters you've created. In the silence, they become very real. But it's not necessarily the healthiest way to live, so having a routine is important. It gives you something to hang on to, something to differentiate the weekdays from the weekends. My day starts like this. At 6:30 exactly, the heating goes on, and the roar as the boiler starts always wakes me up. I look at my phone, just to check the world hasn't ended in the night, and then lie there, listening to the pop and creak of the radiator. At 7 a.m, I turn on my radio, already tuned to Radio 4's Today programme, and I reach out and flick the switch of the coffee machine, preloaded with coffee and water the night before. Carte Noire filter grind, with the filter paper folded just so. There are some advantages to the size of my flat. One of them is the fact that I can reach both the fridge and the coffee machine without getting out of bed. The coffee is usually through by the time they've finished the headlines, and then I lever myself out of my warm duvet and drink it, with just a splash of milk and a piece of toast with Bon Maman raspberry jam. No butter. It's not a diet thing, I just don't like the two together. What happens after that depends on the weather. If it's raining, or I don't feel like going for a run, then I shower, check my emails, and start the day's work. Today was a beautiful day, though, and I was itching to get out, get wet leaves beneath my trainers and feel the wind in my face. I'd shower after my run. I pulled on a t-shirt, some leggings and socks, and shoved my feet into my trainers where I'd left them near the door. Then I jogged down the 3 flights of stairs to the street and out into the world. When I got back, I was hot and sweating and loose-limbed with tiredness, and I stood for a long time under the shower, thinking about my to-do list for the day. I needed to do another online shop. I was nearly out of food. I had to go through the copy edits on my book. I'd promised them back to the editor this week, and I hadn't even started them yet. And I should go through the emails that had come through via my website contact form, which I hadn't done for ages because I kept putting it off. Most of it would be spam, of course. Whatever kind of verification you put on it, it doesn't seem to deter the bots. But sometimes it's useful stuff, requests for blurbs or review copies. And sometimes it's emails from readers. Generally, if people write to you, it's because they liked the book, although I have had a few messages telling me what a terrible person I am. But even when they're nice, it's still odd and uncomfortable, someone telling you their reaction to your private thoughts, like reading someone's opinion on your diary. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to that feeling, however long I write. Maybe that's partly why I have to gear myself up for it. When I was dressed, I fired up my laptop and clicked slowly through the emails, deleting as I went. Viagra, a promise to make me satisfy my woman, Russian cuties. And then, to Melanie Cho, kate.darby.02@dpw.gsi.gov.uk, T. Doma, Kimayo Liz, info@lnshaw.co.uk, Maria Tatibwe, Iris P. Westerway, Kate Owens, S. Murphy @shoutlinemedia.com, Nina D'Souza, French Chris. From Florence Clay. Subject, Clare's hen. Clare? I didn't know any Clares except... My heart began beating faster. But it couldn't be her. I hadn't seen her for 10 years. For a minute, my finger hovered irrationally over the delete button. Then I clicked and opened up the message. Hi all.